In many East Asian countries, a lot of people tend to avoid the number 4. This fear can also be called tetraphobia. Really? In 2023? Why did I keep that in the video? You'll find that buildings tend to avoid having a 4th floor. Instead, they skip directly from the 3rd to the 5th. Similarly, companies steer clear of using the number 4 in product prices, promotions, or propositions, perhaps postponing potential patrons. For example, if you look at a lineup of OnePlus's phones, you'll notice that there doesn't exist a OnePlus 4, most likely because it's a Chinese company and has a large customer base in East Asia. The origin of this superstition comes from the fact that in China, Korea, and Japan, the words for 4 are the same as for death, which honestly seems like a really weird coincidence to me more than anything. Next is knocking on wood. The superstition of knocking on wood is a popular practice believed to bring good fortune or ward off bad luck. Basically a magical undo button for jinxes. About to go for a late night drive on the highway after a few too many drinks? Better knock on some wood so you don't get pulled over. Note, the Big Drain Company does not endorse drunk driving. This superstition is still going strong. You'll find athletes rapping their knuckles against their bats for good luck before stepping up to the plate, or Minecraft streamers trying to protect themselves from grooming allegations. One theory traces it back to ancient pagan culture, who believed that spirits and gods resided in trees, so knocking on wood would either drive out bad spirits or call good spirits for their protection. It might also trace its origins back to Christian folklore, where wood symbolizes the cross, so knocking on it would call the Lord's protection. Next is black cats. Nowadays, black cats have a reputation for being bringers of bad luck. However, in ancient Egypt, cats were revered as harbingers of good luck and considered as divine messengers. It was only during the medieval period in Europe that their reputation took a dark turn. They were erroneously associated with bad luck and witchcraft. This belief was so pervasive that during the Black Death in the 14th century, black cats were hunted down and killed under the misguided notion that they were spreading the plague. In reality, it was the rats, whose population was increasing due to a lack of predators like cats that were the true carriers of the disease. The extermination of cats ironically led to an exacerbation of the plague as the unchecked rat population ran rampant. So I guess you get what you deserve. Additionally, the 16th century saw an intensification of witch-related fears. It was commonly believed that witches would adopt stray cats, leading to the assumption that these cats, especially black ones, were either witches in disguise or their accomplices. This belief even found its way into the famous Salem witch trials, where owning a black cat could be used as incriminating evidence against a person suspected of witchcraft. Finally, we have throwing salt over your left shoulder. Some people believe that throwing salt over your shoulder brings good luck, and I've always wondered about the origins of such a weird superstition. And basically, the origins come from back in the day when salt was like gold, super valuable. So if you spilled it, it was like throwing money down the drain, and people thought it brought bad luck. To make up for it, folks would toss some of the spilled salt over their left shoulder. Why the left? Well, in Christian stories, the devil was always hanging out over your left shoulder, whispering sweet nothings and trying to get you to mess up. So chucking salt over there was like throwing sand in his eyes and telling him to leave you alone. Plus, there's the story about Judas, the guy who betrayed Jesus, knocking over some salt at the Last Supper. Since Judas wasn't exactly popular in the Bible, this whole salt spilling is bad luck thing stuck around. That's all from me. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'll see you in the next video.